It's Kate and Awilda here from Home Scholars. We wanted to take a little bit of time today to give you a Q1 update because, as I'm sure you know or have been told, this market is crazy. I am not a natural numbers person at all. I'm the English teacher of the group, she's the math teacher of the group, but when you break this down and genuinely look at what the data is telling us, it's pretty astounding. So Awilda, why don't you tell them what these different colors mean?
Perfect. So these numbers are for residential home sales in Lake and Sumter Counties, which are both in Central Florida. In purple, we have the total number of sales for the first quarter, which is January 1st to March 31st of each of these years. So in 2019, first quarter sales in these two counties was 1,502 homes. In 2020, as we could probably understand, home sales dropped quite a bit to 786 in these two counties. And then in 2021, there's a little bit of an uptick, not very much. Home sales are down, and the main reason is inventory is really low.
The important thing to remember with this though, this is just representing the homes that have closed. This does not include the homes that are pending. We can give you those numbers as well. We have them, we just didn't put them up on the board because we didn't want to be crazy. The pending though is much, much higher than what this number represents.
So home sales actually are going to be up this year once all of those under contract transactions finally get to the closing table. All right, let's take a look at the green numbers. These are your average home prices. So of those homes that sold in the first quarter of 2019, the average home price was $251,000, $755, and in 2020, look at that. That is a pretty significant increase, $265,621. And what's really outstanding is January 1st to March 31st of this year, 2021, we see an uptick of $302,000 plus as your average home sales price.
So sellers, when we're telling you now's the time to sell, you're getting top dollar, you're probably going to go into multiple offer, and it's probably not going to be a long drawn out process for you. That's coming straight from our numbers. That's not a sales pitch. That's not us trying to pressure you to do something that you don't want to do. That's us telling you, if you want top dollar, if you're ready to make the move, the market is supporting it.
I'm going to tag on to that. So sellers, your home in the last 2 years alone has increased in value by triple or more what we would see in a traditional market. So what that means is you have more equity in your home. Your asset in your investment has grown faster than would be expected. Now that's going to not continue for very long. That's not going to continue indefinitely. So we're certainly in a place where you can get a lot out of the sale of your home, and we don't know how long that increase is going to continue, but we know it's not going to be forever. So that just kind of helps to explain why this is a great time to consider selling if that's your plan.
And I think something that's important to bring up with that as well, we get asked, oh my God, probably daily, when's the bubble gonna burst? So what you heard Will say is that this uptick isn't going to continue indefinitely. Please do not misconstrue that as us fear-mongering or us thinking that it's going to be a 2008 repeat, because obviously we don't have a crystal ball. We cannot predict the future, but in my professional opinion, we are not going to see a repeat of 2008. People have equity in their home, they have skin in the game, and our lending rules is much tighter than it was in 2008. There were several contributing factors that are no longer in play when you're looking at markets. So it's comparing apples to oranges to try to compare this market to what happened before the bubble bursting in the early 2000s. So what Awilda is saying in that statement is that these huge jumps in equity are not going to last forever. We're not going to see a $50,000 jump every year.
Absolutely. And then finally, in this last row, these are for sold in those first quarters, how many of them sold or were on the market 30 days or less? 30 days or less. So how many of them went under contract and then went on to close, and so they were active on the market for 30 days or less? Back in 2019 first quarter, a little over half of the homes went under contract within those first 30 days. About the same for 2020, so a little over half of the homes. But look at 2021, so the first quarter of this year, 2/3 of the homes that were listed for sale went under contract and then went on to close, and they were only on the market for 30 days or less. That's a significant trend.
Absolutely. So what does this mean for you? Well, if you're a buyer, thankfully the interest rates are still low. Yes, they are starting to go up a little bit, but it's nothing like a huge increase. We're still seeing high 2s and low 3s for the most part. So as a buyer, you still have a lot of buying potential that wasn't available when interest rates were higher, up in the 4s and 5s. As a seller, we've already touched on it, you have got equity sitting in your home. And if you're thinking about it, if you want to know just what your home's worth, if you want to start the conversation, we would love for you to give us a call. We are looking forward to quarter 2. In our next video, we are going to break down what this looks like just in Claremont. We're going to talk specifically to our local people, but if you're relocating, you're thinking about Lake Sumter County, this is what we've got going on here, and we can't wait to talk to you. So give us a call and enjoy this beautiful weather.
Have a great week.